know what upselling means? Okay. Guess what? It's Girl Scout cookie season! When you're selling Girl Scout cookies, you have to set your goals. My sister went to Europe, and that's where I'm going to.
Very good salesperson, Olive.
Oh, I'd like to be a Supreme Court justice.
Oh.
Every Girl Scout makes a goal and tries to accomplish it or go past it. Ah! Ow, that hurt. My goal is to get strong enough to pull that big wagon. Chugga, 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 chugga.
Yes, that was a look at Cookie Queens, the new documentary in theaters this Friday. The film follows 4 tenacious young Girl Scouts as they navigate the highs and lows of cookie selling season, going beyond Thin Mints and tag-alongs to explore topics like girlhood, parenting, and the intersection of innocence and ambition. Joining us now, the director of the documentary, Alyssa Namias, and Olive, who just saw featured in the film. She is a Girl Scout from Troop 219, and I'm just going to say this right now. Samoas are the best Girl Scout cookie. There will not be a debate on this. We buy boxes of them every year.
I do have to speak up for the Thin Mint people.
Yeah,
there are plenty.
Slightly disappointed that there aren't some on set at this moment. Alyssa, talk to us about where this documentary came from. It's obviously it's very charming, but there's more to it than just a whimsical look. What was the origin?
Totally. So it's my 4th feature doc as a director, and my kids saw my last film and said they really liked it, but also could I make one that they really want to share with their friends? And so I took that, that challenge, and we did a wide casting search once I realized that the Girl Scout cookie sale was this intersection of girlhood and the economy, and a way to think about the larger issues around coming of age in America today for girls. And so we did a big casting call and found amazing Girl Scouts everywhere, including Olive and the 3 others featured in the film. And we see them not just selling cookies, but also grappling with what it means to be a girl today. The way the world sees girls and the way we see ourselves are not always in sync. And the film explores that and explores the pressures on kids today.
I have a daughter who did Girl Scouts, and what is so interesting to me is there's so much sort of unpredictability with selling the cookies, what people say to you, what it's like now. Multiply that times 4, times a movie.
Yes.
Tell us what was surprising about this, what you didn't think was happening, what you learned. And I'm curious, Olive, if you... how did this go differently than you thought it might have?
Well, we filmed during the 2024 cookie season, and so the whole cookie season, and it's in different parts of America. So Olive's based in Charlotte, North Carolina. We also filmed in Southern California, El Paso, and several other places. And so you see kind of how things differ in different geographies, different backgrounds, different parenting styles, and different communities. But there's also a lot of love and support for these kids. And I think that was something that was consistent and that was really heartening to me right now when we live in sort of divisive times, to see how much we have in common. And I was surprised at how much these girls work, the girls who are really passionate about it, they're not just their parents are not doing it for them. They're going out there, they're interacting with people, and it's pretty amazing.
Yeah. I have been on TV before because I was a media girl for my council, but being followed around by a camera was a completely different feeling because, when you go to a news interview, you sit there, you have the interview, and then you're done. But when the camera is following you, they're everywhere. So sometimes me and my friend Celia, we would be chatting, and they'd be like, oh, wait, we should get that on camera.
Olive, what is your best day that you've had selling cookies so far? What did that look like, and where did you sell them?
Oh, that's hard. I sell cookies a lot, so I don't know if I can say a specific day, but it's always fun to sell Girl Scout cookies no matter what day it is or where I'm selling.
Yeah, and they do, it's big business. So Girl Scouts sell about $800 million of cookies every year. And these girls are not just practicing to participate in the economy. They are not just rehearsing. They are very actively engaged in selling and learning the highs and the lows of that, some of the challenges that we face when trying to do our work.
And using the frame of the Girl Scout cookies to look at Americana, to look at what it's like to be girls today. Very, very clever. It's a delightful documentary. Cookie Queens is in theaters this Friday, August 7th. We should note, produced by Meghan Markle. Director Alyssa Namias and Olive, a member of Troop 219. Thank you both very much. Congratulations on this. Next time, Samoas, please. And we'll be right back with more Morning Joe.